as we have discussed half-wave rectifier, in the current session we are going to discuss about full-wave rectifier. So what are the advantages of half-wave rectifier? Circuit is simple. It needs normal transformer, step-down transformer. Only one diode is required. Where PIV is only VP. Why? It is advantageous. That will be cleared as compared to this circuit. Cost is low. So that is about the advantageous part of half-wave rectifier. But what are the disadvantages? It can't handle, means it cannot utilize negative half cycle. Negative voltage gets wasted, as well as more ripples are available and ripple frequency is low. It means ripples are many. One cycle of input generates one cycle of output. So it is said that output frequency, ripple frequency remains the same in half wave. So frequency is low, ripples are many. आणि आपण आउटपुटचा फॉर्मॅट बघितलेलाच आहे, तो पल्सेटिंग आहे पण इंटरप्टेड आहे. फक्त पॉझिटिव्ह हाफ सायकलला आउटपुट मिळेल. सो हाऊ टू ओव्हरकम drawbacks of half-wave rectifier? Here is the solution. Full wave rectifier, but what is written? Center tapped full wave rectifier. It means this full wave rectifier uses a transformer of center tap type. What is the speciality of this center tap transformer? Here it is. Center tap मध्ये काय दाखवले बघा. Number of primary turns, they are more than the number of turns used in secondary. But exactly the middle or central terminal winding from the secondary, it is tapped and it is considered for a zero voltage reference. Ground level ला ते घेतलं जातं, म्हणजे ग्राउंडच्या कंपॅरिझन मध्ये पॉझिटिव्ह, ग्राउंडच्या कंपॅरिझन मध्ये निगेटिव्ह. सो दिस इज नथिंग बट अ स्प्लिट पॉवर सप्लाय और ड्युअल पॉवर सप्लाय फ्रॉम डीसी व्होल्टेज. हा डीसी व्होल्टेज सप्लाय मध्ये कसा घेतला जातो हे दाखवते. दोन पॉवर सप्लायज आहेत आपल्याकडं 10 व्होल्टचे. ओके, तर हा पहिला 10 व्होल्टचा, दुसरा 10 व्होल्टचा. इथं पहिल्या पॉवर सप्लायच्या निगेटिव्ह टर्मिनलचा पार्ट हा दुसऱ्या पॉवर सप्लायच्या पॉझिटिव्ह टर्मिनलला जोडायचा आणि हा पार्ट कॉमन ग्राउंड रेफर केला जाईल. अपर टर्मिनल ऑफ फर्स्ट पॉवर सप्लाय इज पॉझिटिव्ह, मिडल 0 वोल्ट अँड द एक्स्ट्रीम second end to be negative. This is nothing but same as center tap transformer, but this is used for AC and here it is nothing but DC power supply. त्यामुळे 10 वोल्ट हा वरचा पॉवर सप्लाय आणि खालचा पुन्हा 10 वोल्ट, म्हणजे +10 आणि -10 असं म्हटलं जाईल. टोटल 20 वोल्ट गेट्स स्प्लिटेड. Okay, that is the dual power supply or split power supply. Here the same thing will occur if the total peak voltage is 40 volt peak. Here I am declaring it as peak voltage. If I say only 40 volt, you have to consider it to be RMS. जर मी 40 वोल्ट सांगितलं तर तुम्हाला काय लक्षात घ्यावं लागेल, ते 40 वोल्ट RMS. मग ते दोन भागात विभागलं जाणार आहे, सेम दोन हाफ पार्ट्स मध्ये 20 volt, बरोबर. But here I had mentioned it is a peak voltage. So upper peak voltage will be 20 volt and lower peak voltage will be peak volt as 20. 20 मध्ये ते विभागलं जाईल. Okay, so let's start about the part related with polarities whenever AC of lower magnitude type appears in the secondary मध्ये कमी व्होल्टेजेस येणार आहे. फक्त जे व्होल्टेज येतं ते दोन पार्ट्स मध्ये विभागलं जाणार आहे, हे लक्षात घ्या. त्यानुसार पोलॅरिटीचा आता आपल्याला विचार करायचा आहे. सो द पॉझिटिव्ह हाफ सायकल, A terminal becomes positive, B negative. Okay, so as compared to 0, A terminal is positive, means this central terminal becomes negative. 0 ची लेवल काय येणार? निगेटिव्ह. This is for upper half. For lower half, here it shows as B end is negative, it means 0 volt, it becomes positive. या निगेटिव्ह व्होल्टेजच्या कंपॅरिझन मध्ये सेंट्रल टर्मिनल लोअर हाफ मध्ये काय पोलॅरिटी दाखवणार? पॉझिटिव्ह. आणि जर तुम्ही विचार केला A एंड पॉझिटिव्ह, B निगेटिव्ह, इन अपर हाफ दिस O टर्मिनल बिकम्स निगेटिव्ह. लक्षात येते का बघा? A इज पॉझिटिव्ह, B इज निगेटिव्ह. कन्सिडर ओनली अपर हाफ व्होल्टेज. A positive means O central terminal becomes negative. In case of lower half, Whenever B end becomes negative, the central terminal becomes positive. In this way, two same levels of voltages are created in the secondary. So here it is said to be center tap transformer. Okay. So in the negative half cycle, what will happen? A end becomes negative, B becomes positive. So here in case of upper half, whenever A end becomes negative, this central terminal will become positive. Whenever negative half cycle makes B end positive, so in that case lower half section O central terminal becomes negative. लक्षात आलं? बी एंड पॉझिटिव्ह म्हणजे खालचा 0 व्होल्ट काय झाला याच्या कंपॅरिझन मध्ये लोअर लेवल त्याला निगेटिव्ह टर्मिनल आलं, निगेटिव्ह पोलॅरिटी. आणि ए एंडला निगेटिव्ह व्होल्टेज आहे याचा अर्थ 0 लेवल त्याच्या कंपॅरिझन मध्ये काय झालं? पॉझिटिव्ह. सो रिमेंबर दीज टाइप्स ऑफ पोलॅरिटी मार्किंग्स. सो लेट स्टार्ट. व्हॉट विल हॅपन in full wave rectifier whenever there is arrangement of center tap transformer, two diodes D1 and D2 along with RL are connected. त्यामुळे full wave rectifier मध्ये आपण काय कशाचा वापर करतोय? तर आपण वापरतोय कोणता ट्रान्सफॉर्मर? तर सेंटर टॅप ट्रान्सफॉर्मर आणि 2 डायोड्स. सो फर्स्ट इन केस ऑफ पॉझिटिव्ह हाफ सायकल. पॉझिटिव्ह हाफ सायकल बघा आता पोलॅरिटीजचा विचार करू आपण. व्हॉट विल हॅपन? A end is positive, B end is negative. Polarities बघा. A end positive, B end negative. So the middle terminal of upper half becomes negative. In lower half it becomes positive. So observe the polarities across the anode and cathodes of D1 and D2. Here it is. Anode of D1 becomes positive. Cathode of D1 as compared to upper half winding, here it becomes negative. Consider the lower half part of secondary winding. Anode of D2 is connected to negative and cathode of D2 in the lower half it is connected to positive. So which diode will conduct? It is obvious. The diode that receives positive voltage to anode and negative voltage to cathode, D1 will conduct but D2 will not. So how does current flow will occur? Here it is. Current will start flowing through D1 as it is conducting. It will come up to point M as D2 is not conducting. बघा current flow from point A through D1 up to point M. It can get divided, but here D2 is reverse bias. Reverse bias diode provides high resistive path. So current will not come through D2, but it will follow the path of RL. So current flows from point A through D1 up to point M through RL and then N and then back to O as it is negative. So in this way, as the nature of current through RL when D1 conducts in positive half cycle, it is again in the sine wave type. So the voltage that will appear across RL will appear like this, sinusoidal type. Okay. So about the reverse bias diode, which is reverse bias right now, D2 is reverse bias in case of positive half cycle when D1 is conducting. So how much voltage D2 has to handle? Let's think about D2 ला किती voltage handle करावं लागेल reverse bias मध्ये बघूया आपण. Here it is 20 volt peak and for lower also 20 volt peak. Okay, so the reverse bias diode here 20 volt appears across its cathode through this D1 as well as through the lower winding part 20 volt. So 20 plus 20, how much it has to handle? The whole secondary voltage. जे total secondary voltage आहे ना ते सगळं reverse bias diode ला हँडल करावं लागतं. कसं? हा डायोड करंट कंडक्टिंग स्टेज मध्ये म्हणजे हा सगळा पार्ट पॉझिटिव्ह एंडचा कुठं आला? या कॅथोडला आला, प्लस हा सगळा लोअर एंडचा लोअर वाइंडिंग मधला म्हणजे 20 plus 20 total 40 volt it has to handle. Means whatever is total peak secondary voltage reverse bias diode has to handle, but the diode that gets forward biased it has to handle only upper half winding or lower half winding voltage. पण जो डायोड फॉरवर्ड बायस मध्ये आहे D1 त्याला मात्र अप्पर हाफ वाइंडिंगच व्होल्टेज हँडल करायचं आहे, पण जो रिव्हर्स बायस मध्ये त्याला मात्र टोटल सेकंडरी व्होल्टेज हँडल करायचं आहे. आता रिलेशन एक्झाम्पल मधलं लक्षात घ्या. टोटल पीक व्होल्टेज ऍट सेकंडरी इज 40. हाऊ मच फॉरवर्ड बायस व्होल्टेज? How much voltage has to be handled by forward bias diode? 20, half. So Vm is the peak voltage that is to be handled by the forward bias diode. Then how much is the voltage the reverse bias diode has to handle? Vm plus Vm, that is 2 Vm. In positive half cycle, D1 is working, so D2 has to handle how much reverse voltage? 2 Vm. So the maximum voltage the reverse bias diode can handle is known as its peak inverse voltage. So what should be the peak inverse voltage in this circuit part? It is 2 Vm. But whenever it is required about PIV rating of the diode, so always we have to mention it has to be more than 2 Vm. So in this way we can consider the PIV part of reverse bias diode in case of full wave rectifier circuit required is of 2 Vm type. त्यामुळे PIV किती हँडल करावं लागणार आहे या डायोडला? जो रिव्हर्स बायस मध्ये त्याला 2 Vm आणि त्याचं PIV रेटिंग मात्र किती असावं लागेल? ग्रेटर दॅन 2 Vm. So this is about the forward bias D1 and reverse bias D2 in positive half cycle. Let's think about the negative half cycle. आता परत polarities बदलणार. Negative half cycle. So here it shows A terminal becomes negative and B becomes positive. A negative, B positive. So what will be the polarity? So again, let's check the polarity marking. Here it is. Already we had discussed current direction for positive half cycle when D1 was in conducting stage. Right now, A is negative, B is positive. In case of upper half winding, A negative, O terminal, central terminal becomes positive. But whenever B is positive, the central terminal as compared to lower winding, its B voltage polarity, here it appears to be negative. So let's observe the polarity across these terminals of diodes. Anode of D1 becomes negative, cathode becomes positive. Whereas anode of D2, here it is connected to positive, and through the lower winding, here the cathode of D2 becomes negative. So what will be the current conduction path for negative half cycle? The diode that is forward bias D2. त्यामुळे negative half cycle मध्ये आता कुठला डायोड काम करेल? D2. Here it is. During negative half cycle, as B end is positive, current will start moving through D2. It will follow up to point M. Right now, D1 is not conducting. So here it shows it is now open. So current will not follow the path of D1, but it will move through RL. Again, observe current direction through RL even though it is a negative half cycle. B is positive, through D2 current flows, it comes up to point M. So point B positive, D2 conducts up to point M through RL towards point N back to point O. Again the same direction from M through RL towards N from positive half cycle, and in the same way it is in negative half cycle. It means even though here negative half cycle has been given, it is converted into the direction where D1 has worked for positive half cycle. Positive half cycle मध्ये D1 ने जे काम केलं तेच काम D2 निगेटिव्ह साठी करतोय. Current direction through RL remains the same. Either it is positive half cycle or it is negative half cycle. So here it shows the direction of negative half cycle has been converted into the direction of previous positive half cycle. Bidirectional part has been converted into unidirectional. Again, whenever next positive half cycle appears, again D1 will conduct. For negative half cycle, D2 will conduct. In this way, a continuous pulsating format through D1, D2 output can be made available. Similarly, for reverse bias D1, it has to handle total Vm plus Vm as twice Vm in case of reverse bias part, that is negative half cycle. D1 has to handle how much PIV? Again up to 2 Vm, but its PIV rating should be greater than 2 Vm. Why? Fluctuations in primary voltage will change the secondary voltage. Here we had considered 40 volt peak. If it becomes 45 peak voltage, we can't replace diodes at that time. Diodes will get damaged. So their PIV rating should be always greater than the twice Vm need, because any fluctuation should not destroy that particular diode. So how the bidirectional part has been converted into unidirectional? First, for positive half cycle D1 works and for negative half cycle D2 works. Here it is, the VDC relation. VDC is 2 Vm upon pi, okay, which is double from the half-wave rectifier part, 0.636 into Vm. How much is the PIV to be handled by this reverse bias diode? Twice Vm. So if you have used a diode in half-wave rectifier to handle peak voltage of 20 volt, and the same 20 volt peak voltage to be handled in full wave rectifier in forward bias, that diode is of no use whenever it has to handle reverse bias, because reverse bias voltage becomes 40 volt peak voltage. So this is the disadvantage of this full wave rectifier, because a specially manufactured diode whose peak inverse voltage ability is a larger one is essential. So as a special requirement is there, special cost. So it means the circuit is costlier, but it has overcome the part of negative half cycle which was getting ignored in half wave rectifier. So that part is also utilized in this full wave rectifier. Also it uses a specialized type transformer, center tap transformer. So again the cost will be more. As well as another point about the input and output cycles. One input cycle, here it generates 2 output cycles. Therefore, F out or ripple frequency is said to be double of the input frequency. So here ripples are less and ripple factor is also less, means the ripples have been decreased. 0.482 is the ripple factor and rectification efficiency is 81.2%. Always remember, the reverse bias diode has to handle the total secondary voltage. So if you consider 2 Vm as the total secondary voltage, then in case of forward bias, it has to handle Vm as the half of total secondary voltage. So this is about full wave rectifier. Here it uses 2 diodes and a center tap transformer. Also overcomes drawbacks of half wave rectifier, but generates special needs as specialized diodes with high PIV rating are essential, as well as a center tap transformer is needed, and the cost. So in this way you can use this full wave rectifier in a regulated power supply, where after this rectification filtering action is essential. Our next session contains the third type of rectifier as bridge rectifier.